Hey, Andrew here. It's been a busy week. We just finished up Christmas holidays, and I'm just sort of getting back into a rhythm in the studio. I haven't had very much interest from folks to be on my channel over the last few weeks. I'm hoping because it's the channel and that I'll hear from more people soon. But I realized that if I don't have very many people wanting to be guests, that I'm going to have to contribute more of my own material and do more writing, which I'm totally prepared to do, and that's fine. But I'd like to be a little more creative. I do have a lot of new songs sort of ready on my workbench, but the problem with those for me right now is that I really feel like they deserve a lot of time spent on them to make sure I do them right. And putting a song together in a week for the channel, I could do a good job, but it feels like it's a bit of a rush job. In all honesty, I need to be able to learn how to do songs really well in that period of time, and not be so, not feel that I need a whole pile of time to put them together. I think that the problem is I'm attached to the songs that I've started. The few that I have ready to go, I'm attached to them. I really want them to be great. I think they'll be amazing songs. And I'm afraid that if I just slap them together for a YouTube video, that I'm not going to do them justice. But I know that that's not right. I know that in a lot of cases, the way I'm going about things, I could potentially do a better job if I do it quickly than if I take a long time. Because I won't be overthinking it. I'll be using my intuition more. Trusting my senses, trusting my ears when it comes to the music, and not dithering too much on putting the songs together. But I don't think I'm ready for that yet. So instead of, I think it's really the lyrics. I mean, I can feel comfortable with the music. I don't know. It's not that either. I'm making excuses at this point. So as an alternative to doing up one of the songs I have on standby, I have another idea, and I'll show you what I have in mind here. I did say in the channel trailer that I would return to some of my older songs that I wrote when I was young, really young, like when I was in my teenage years and early 20s. And I may still do that. I actually went through them the other day, and I was like, I don't know if I want to share them or not. Some of them are cute, but man, and they are nice little songs. But they do carry that teenage angst with them. And Jodie Timgren had mentioned in her video that she didn't like the energy that those songs carried with her, so she left them behind. And I'm thinking maybe I should do the same. But I do have some songs or unfinished ideas. Probably starting in like 2010, 2011, I started to record more of my material again. I went about 10 years without recording much. Actually, didn't record anything from like 2001 to 2011. I felt at the time that if I wrote something really, really good, that it would stick with me. Turns out it's not the case unless you really work on a song. And I was working at a job at the time as a marine mechanic, and that's all I did, and I wasn't doing much music. So when I did sit down to play and I came up with new ideas, I didn't capture them, and so they're gone. I mean, they're not gone, they're still part of me, but I don't have them individually. But in 2011, I started recording things again. A big part of it had to do with the smartphone. Once I had the smartphone, then I could sort of just capture ideas. You can just see that I've got it on the voice memos here. So yeah, we're going back to like, we go back. It's quite a bit. So November 9th, 2011. And so there are all these little ideas. Some of them are long, some of them are really short, and they're just little ideas that I have. I haven't gone through these. I actually did go through a few of them already. And I thought, you know what I'll do is maybe I'll just try to grab some ideas out of here and see what they're like. And maybe just try making the song. So what I'm definitely going to do, is I'm going to take one of these ideas tonight, and I'm going to see if I can start turning it into a song. And we're going to go from it's just a musical idea, no lyrics, no nothing, and take the musical idea and turn it into a fully produced song in a week. Or less than a week, ideally, if I can manage that. So that's the plan. So that's what I'm going to do next. and I'm going to just pick one of these out, and we'll see what it turns into. One of the main parts of this project, my YouTube channel, is that I want to be able to produce content regularly, like weekly, like a song a week. We're living in different times. People are consuming media differently than they used to, mostly because it's easier to consume than it used to be. It's also easier to produce than it used to be. So there's no reason why we can't produce more music. The argument against that would be that it might be diminished if we're rushing things through. But again, part of me feels that if we don't overthink things, that we could actually get a better, we're a little more true to the material. So that's what I'm hoping to do. So this is a good test for me to see, because I'm starting to get better with my studio gear, and I really want to be able to comfortably put out, ideally, 2 songs a week. If I could do 2 songs a week, like 1 song for my video and maybe, producing another song for someone else every week, I'd be pretty happy with that. So this is going to be a little test, just to see if my skills are up to snuff just yet. Yeah, hopefully it turns into a nice song. I'm willing to bet that I'll be surprised at the process, and if it works out, I'll try it again and see if it works more than once. So in the studio tonight and working on this piece, it's free play for me in the studio tonight, which means I can just do whatever I want, pick up whatever instrument that I want to pick up. Experiment, however, like no real workflow or anything like that. So it kind of relaxes me in terms of my creativity. So that's the plan this evening, and hopefully by the time the night's done, I've got a good part of the song ready to go. And as I get into the next few days, I can start building it from scratch. So I didn't spend too much time at this. I actually found that one of the very first songs on here was. Maybe I've done this before, and I've gone through and picked out ones I liked and brought them forward. So I recognize that it even has a bit of a name. But I've got this one here, November 20th, 2015. Just the kids were young still, and I was just getting them put to bed, and I was just sitting down with my guitar and writing some little bits of music. So I've been a big fan of telling people who have asked me, especially people who have asked me if I thought their songs were good or not, that it's not about whether or not the song is good. It's how the song is being presented. There aren't any bad songs. There's songs that are, poorly presented or not presented the way, in a way that, they can be easily shared. So I'm not going to get fussy. I'm going to take this. I'm getting the feeling that it's got kind of a, kind of builds up into something bigger. It starts out kind of quiet and ambly, but I know if I skip ahead here that it gets kind of a little bigger. Well, it doesn't, but it does in my head. So I'm going to try that. We're going to try something that starts out with a, quiet kind of, minor chords, folk, sort of a sultry feeling, and maybe grow into something, a little more dramatic or a little more epic with a real buildup of instruments. This might be a good chance for me to really experiment with some arrangements, where I can come in quiet and, with very, transparent arrangement, and then start layering into some bigger things.
The old door closes at the house on the hill. I once loved a garden overgrown. In summer the sweet breeze blew from the meadow. Now a cold wind rattles the gate and brings rain from the eastern shore. There's a glow inside from the TV light, but no warmth in a home where to live alone. No music or garden parties, just the feeling that she settled for this, that she can't ask for anything more. Is this all there is as she gets older, giving up all the dreams just to live, only breathing? Could she even leave? Is this all the life that's still worth keeping? The vows that she's always believed in, to be a good wife and die inside, to do what's right. The suitcase is packed and lays on the bed. The travels it's known have left it faded and worn, but she's out on the porch in a heavy coat. It's woolen old but can't keep her from feeling the cold. Is this all there is as she gets older, giving up all her dreams just to live, only breathing? Could she even leave? Is this all the life that's still worth keeping? The vows that she's always believed in, to be a good wife. Can we be forgiven and released? Can we just leave? Is this all there is as she gets older, giving up all her dreams just to live, only breathing? Could she even leave? Is this all the life that's still worth keeping? The vows that she's always believed in, to be a good wife and die inside, to do what's right.